Okay, here's the agenda I'm going to follow. So we're going to have the housing resource. I'm just going to give you a quick update on the housing resource fair. I do want to acknowledge Autism Awareness Month was just a few days ago. We celebrated, and I wanted to acknowledge on the next slide. I had some pictures that came in, and of Councilmember Shively's son, who they went with a group of Maryland residents to Chris Van Hollen, Senator Chris Van Hollen's office, to petition for autism services and support. And so that particular slideshow, I think something went wrong here, but I did want to acknowledge that that was in support of autism awareness. And of course, you can see National Public Health and Arab American Heritage Month. Okay, let me keep it moving. Housing Resource Fair. We did that just this past Saturday. That was at the middle school, very, very nicely attended. They also held some workshops. They had a workshop on purchasing your first home, making small repairs, and tenant rights. And they had a lot of vendors there, 26 vendors. That included some government, non-government, and some nonprofit agencies. Okay, and this is just to shout out First United Methodist Church. They're going to speak here shortly, but I did want to just acknowledge that the mayor was able to attend along with members of Pastor Penn's church, her committee, and members of our staff and her team, her development team. Again, they're going to brief you shortly. You're going to hear all about the 120 unit affordable housing community that they're planning to build on the site. And this is just an example of people who serve in our community wanting to really participate and help outside of the four walls of their building and contribute to a real need here in our community. Housing affordability has been a top priority for this council. So I'm excited for you all to hear a little more about what they're doing. Okay, and let's see. Moving. All right, there we go. We had the budget roundtable. You heard that from one or two of the speakers earlier today. Council members and residents were able to rotate between tables and speak to some of the departments, get an overview of our budget priorities, talk a little bit, seek some clarification where some of that was needed. But it was a good session. So I do want to thank the residents for coming out. We do this in an effort to try to bring the public in a little more. The mayor and council talk to us individually. They are able to ask questions, but we thought by doing this in a public forum, residents can sit in and listen. And then they gave us index cards with some of their feedback. That was also very helpful to us. And so we will gather all of that. We'll gather some of the questions that we were asked. We will put that all together, areas of interest, and we'll make sure that we post and present that. But again, I do thank all of those who were able to come out and join us. DPW, they've been hard at work. So I just want to show you as the weather warms up, as the ground surface gets a little better, then DPW is able to get out there and get some of these crosswalks and walks together and do some public safety work around the community. I also want to acknowledge the new pavilion over in the food forest. Emerson Street Food Forest was our first food forest that we created. And so please go out there and take a look. I think we've got a tour coming up, and I'll mention that here shortly for those who are interested to learn a little bit about the different edible plants and vegetables that Leslie and her team planted. Okay, and let's see, National Museum and Hyattsville is home on Thursday the 27th. Some of the seniors took a trip out to the National Postal Museum. And on April 1st, Hyattsville is home. That's a new series for seniors, which was a partnership with Artworks Now. So we're excited to keep our seniors engaged and involved. We also had a good time with the youth. They had a cookout. So they started with a cycling clinic. They had giveaway of helmets, and they had bicycles that were raffled off. And then they had a cookout where they just kind of ended the season with some burgers and hot dogs and a lot of fun games and good opportunity to get together. All right, upcoming events. We've got the Hyattsville in Bloom. That's the egg hunt. That's going to be this Saturday. Hoping it doesn't rain. If it rains, we'll make sure that we get out there and let you know what the inclement weather plan is. But we're hoping that we'll have a good turnout again. This is on this Saturday from 10 to 12. And then our anniversary festival is coming up. That is on April 26th. That will be from 4 to 9 p.m. We'll have a lot of fun things to do out there. Something new, pony rides, and of course, always the food trucks and the live music. So that should be a good time. All right, Nate, you want to take this one? Well, I think did you have some sound problems or?
No, can you guys hear me all right?
You're good.
All right. Yeah, so excitement. We have the May 13th biennial election coming up. And so you can see the candidates we have there on the left-hand side of the screen. In Ward 1, we have Greg Barnes, Stuart Eisenberg, and Scott Wilson. Ward 2, Elizabeth Melendez-Rivera and Emily Straub. Ward 3, J.E. Clements Jr. and Gopi Doke. Ward 5, Edward Haba. And Ward 4, Edward Haba. And Ward 5, Daniel Amador Renaud, Michael Angeloni, and Kelson Nisbet. So we have a full slate. It's going to be a great election. We really appreciate all the candidates that have decided to sign up and run for council this year. A little bit about the details. Ballots are going to be mailed later this week, so we expect them to hit people's mailboxes either Saturday or more likely early next week. And we do have our ballot drop box locations this year are going to be at the city building, the library, and Herrick Park. So you can just drop those in there. That's a great way to submit your vote. You could also mail it back. The postage is prepaid, so it's a free mail back if you want to do it that way. Or you can come in person. We have 2 in-person voting days. We have an early voting this year at St. Matthew's Church on Saturday, May 3rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then our election day is May 13th at the city building from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And all wards can vote at any of those in-person voting days. So you don't have to live in a specific ward. It's open to all residents here in the city. The Hyattsville Life and Times is running a candidate forum, and that will be here at the city building. I believe they have talked about live streaming it as well, but stay tuned for more details from them. And city communications will also promote that. Make sure everybody knows how to tune into that if possible. And one last note is that same day registration. So if you are new to Hyattsville and you haven't registered yet, or you just have never registered and you want to vote in this election, we offer same-day registration, which will be available both on that Saturday, May 3rd at St. Matthew's Church, but also on May 13th, Election Day at the City Building. And if you have any questions about the election, how to vote, how to register to vote, then please reach out to the clerk's office, cityclerk@hyattsville.org.
Hard to believe. Thank you, Nate. It's hard to believe that's 45 days away. So it's coming up here soon. All right. So weekly offerings. We've got that seated exercise class for older adults. Remember, that's on Wednesdays, 10 to 11. We've got free Zumba class on Wednesdays, 4 to 5. And digital literacy is starting back up. That's for our seniors to help them with any of their digital devices. And we've got some committee meetings, Board of Supervisors of Elections, Tuesday the 8th. Also, the Environmental Committee is on the 8th. Police Public Safety Citizens Advisory Committee meeting is on Wednesday the 9th. Youth Advisory Council the 10th. Planning Committee meeting the 15th. And Code Compliance on the 16th. And we've got the Spring Business Roundtable. That's tomorrow morning. That's the one with businesses. That's going to be at Marley's Bar and Grill on America Boulevard. Teen Center Ceramic Workshop on the 9th. Lancer and Longfellow Traffic Calming Meeting, that's going to be on the 9th as well. Seniors on the go, they're going to the Dutch Market in Laurel. They're also going to stop in the Walmart. That's Thursday the 10th. Night Owls, April 11th. Hyattsville in Bloom, I mentioned, and Commercial and Facade Improvement Grant Application Monday the 14th. All right, Emerson Food Forest Tour, I mentioned that as well. That's going to be on April 14th at 4:30. Produce distribution, April 15th at First United Methodist Church. Coffee with a Cup, the 16th at Hyattsville Crossing Metro. CERT meeting, that's on the 16th. Narcan is also on the 16th. It's in Spanish and English, 6:30 to 7:30. And board games with our seniors, that's April 17th. And again, Narcan on the 18th in English and Spanish. From 10 to 11, Arbor Day and Tree Planting Event, Saturday the 19th, Invasive Removals from 38th Avenue Park, and that's on the 19th on Saturday. And Lunch and Learn Workshop is on Monday. That's going to be on Medicare. That's on Monday the 21st. And I want to wish Councilmember Straub a very happy birthday today. Councilmember Sandino has his birthday on Thursday the 11th. And Director Jay Joyner has his birthday on April 15th. because this is the first slide deck, I also do not have on here that it is our anniversary, the City of Hyattsville's anniversary, our 139th anniversary. So I just want to acknowledge that. The city was incorporated on April 7th in 1886. Landowner and first postmaster Christopher Clark Hyatt was the founder, and Hyattsville was only 2 cities at that time in Prince George's County with over 1,000 residents. Mayor and Council, that's all I have. I'll take your questions if you have any. And I will start sharing. Let's see.
Yeah.
Stop
And your birthday's on the 19th, right?
The 16th.
16th? Okay. Happy
Yes.
birthday to everyone and to the city of Hyattsville.